United Airlines is currently plotting a historic order for wide-body aircraft that would total 100 plus units and would not just help replace some of their aging fleet of planes, but also streamline their operations and give whichever manufacturer wins the contract a significant boost. But most of all, it will just improve the airline's offerings. But the question remains of what aircraft they will choose. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss any videos right here on GlobeTrotting. At this point, we know that the two candidates are the Boeing 787 and the Airbus A350. The report by Bloomberg has provided further clarity on a matter that we learnt about a handful of months ago. 100 plus units are expected to be included, and a firm decision and a contract will be signed towards the back end of this year. At the moment, the entire wide-body fleet at United Airlines consists of Boeing planes. Therefore, selecting the 787 would run with that commonality. Now, the Airbus A350. Well, the airline does actually have orders for the aircraft, but it would seemingly be more likely that Boom Supersonic's Overture would fly with them rather than these specific A350s be delivered to the US-based carrier. That's because since this order, contractual obligations, ownership, and more have all shifted, and the A350's order has just been left sitting there and continue to be pushed back. Selecting the Boeing 787 series to fulfill the needs and requirements of replacing the 767 and 777 aircraft has its benefits, especially with Boeing moving forward with their new specialized 787 variant that'll do a better job at replacing existing smaller 777s, but also just generally make the 787-10 a more attractive option overall. United Airlines would also keep fleet commonality. The airline already has so many 787s across all three variants and has been flying the type for some time. There'll therefore be benefits with thanks to the crew, from the flight attendants to the pilots at the front of the plane, interior commonality alongside maintenance. This will all be important factors in determining what is best and why acquiring additional 787s may just make sense. However, something mentioned on a forum that is also a very valid idea is putting all your eggs in one basket and the implications this could have. Operating the one series of aircraft is risky. If one thing goes wrong, which we've seen time and time again with the 787 is proven more than possible, the risk of the entire network going up in flames is very genuine. Airlines that put their eggs in the one basket can, yes, reap many rewards as discussed in the last video chapter, but the reality is that at a moment's notice, this can also entirely backfire as well. The Airbus A350 is the other aircraft in the equation. United has said and continue to stand by the fact that they'll be giving a fair chance to both parties in the contract. An order for 100 plus A350s would be huge, there's no way other to put it, but it would also change the direction for the US-based carrier, moving away from Boeing as the provider of their wide-body aircraft. Of course, while United has had an order for the A350 that has been present since the early 2010s, they are yet to welcome a single one on. And if the delivery indications are anything to go by, they intend to continue to push it back through to the end of the decade, thanks to contractual obligations and difficulties in agreements. Splitting the order 50-50, so right down the middle, would be an intriguing approach, but maybe one that wouldn't be favoured by many. Instead, most people are saying going all in for either manufacturer is probably a better alternative. Why? Well, because for United, going all in the A350 would mean they'd have over 100 of the type eventually flying. This is enough to make the investment and the training costs associated worth it, based on the eventual shelf life and the benefits the type will bring in terms of efficiency, as well as it being able to very adequately coexist with the 787 series on similar missions. I think finally what is worth mentioning is the pathway that Air New Zealand, a fellow Star Alliance partner, is going to be taking. They're shifting to the 787 for their long-term future. They will likely utilise the 787-10 increased gross weight variant and remove its 777s in the coming years. A decision that of course has its benefits, but there are risks if something was to go wrong. What aircraft United Airlines selects remains to be seen, but of course it will be a decision that has been a long time coming, and with a lot of research and study, will hopefully be the right one for them to lead them into the next era of travel. What aircraft do you think United should order? Is it the Boeing 787 or the A350? Or is it a mix of both? Let us know down below in the comments. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you next time.